Hi everybody, welcome back to DayZ, welcome to Krona Castle in Chernarus on PC, and unfortunately this is just a PC only custom object spawner array, because in this video I'm going to show you how to use the bridges mod and my custom object spawner JSON file to add some extra ways to get to the top of the central keep in Krona Castle. And the reason for this is that every now and again YouTube content creators will run events, and one of those events is the Queen or King of the Castle events, and quite often the end game for these events, to win them, what you've got to do is you and your team have to hold the top of the keep here when the timer runs out, and if you've got the most players on the top of the keep and if you're holding it, you'll win. The problem is that the keep at Krona Castle traditionally in the vanilla version only has one entrance here, so there's quite a big advantage for teams to get into the keep really early in the game and put landmines down and claymores and just hold the angles on the stairs, making it very, very difficult for other teams to attack, because not only have they got to attack inside the castle up the stairs where basically the enemy team can just be looking down at them, lobbing grenades and things like that, but they're also very exposed in the run up to this entrance to any other teams who are kind of queuing up to have a go themselves. So what I've added is 3 more ways of getting in. So the first way is here, so this kind of external keep. So you just go down to this little door here, and then let me just spawn my character in. There we go, and let's turn the free cam off. And what you can do is you kind of come up the inside of this mini keep and then leg it up here. Obviously you're quite exposed when you're on these bridges now, and these rope bridges, these are from the bridges mod, so that's why you've got to have the bridges mod installed. And if you go to the description below this video, you'll see the link to my GitHub repository. Go there, and then the readme tells you exactly how to do everything. And then you kind of stop here, and then you could kind of shoot at the defenders, and then you've got to make a mad dash up this rope bridge here, and then you can just about see over here to shoot people, and then you would climb over when you've got enough stamina. Go on. Honestly, you can do this. I have tested this. Go on. Let's wait for our stamina to get back. There we go. And then you can climb over here, and then you can take the top like that. Now, you've also got... I've added an external staircase as well to the outside of the keep. You can see it winding its way up the keep there. So if you make your way to this part, if I spawn myself here, and then we turn the free cam off, you can come up here again. You're very, very exposed, so you'll be sprinting up this little bit, the whole team behind each other, and this will get you, look at the view, right to the top of the keep here, and then you could be like bang, 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 shooting them all, and you could take it that way. And then the final way, if we go to free cam, final extra way is on this high wire you can see here. Now the high wire doesn't go all the way to the top of the keep, it just goes to this window, and if you go into this window and then you crouch down, you can drop inside the keep, and in order to get to the high wire, you've got to go over here, and I've added an external staircase here to this mini keep. So you run along here, you come up here, and you come along here, and you climb up onto the wall here, and then so basically you just drop off here, and I'll walk a little way up here, because it is very, very tricky. And then if we go to the free cam, you'll be able to see me. So there I am on the high wire. Obviously you are incredibly exposed as you go up the high wire, and it's very, very, very easy to fall off the higher wire as well, so you've got to be very, very careful. But I thought that was quite an unusual little addition, and the whole point of this is that it means that the defenders now, instead of just kind of having to kind of so a classic place for them to stop is kind of here, and they're just covering this angle of people coming up the stairs here and just killing them. And when you see Queen or King in the castle events, often you'll see loads and loads of dead bodies here, because the whole team who gets there early can simply rack up on these stairs and just shoot people as they're coming up. But now they've also got to be thinking about defending this position here of people coming up the stairs, maybe even looking over here, and then they've also got to think about this here. There's the surprise of people coming up the high wire, but also because if they're trying to defend here, say for example, maybe they even push down to that area there, they're exposing themselves to sniper fire from other parts of the area as well. So if for example they're trying to defend these stairs here, they could be shot from lots of different places, so hopefully that will add a little bit more attrition to any team who gets to the keep early and starts defending it. Okay, so many thanks. Of course, always have to go to Inclement Dab for the DayZ editor, because that's how I could build all this stuff. That's where Krona Castle is on Chernarus. This is the Bridges mod by Luskhinge, so fantastic work, Luskhinge, fabulous. And this is my GitHub repository. So again, go to the description below the video and you'll see a link to the GitHub repository, and you'll see a link to Luskhinge's Bridges mod. And in my repository, what you'll find is there's lots of pictures, lots of PNGs that kind of give you an idea of what's going on. There's also the Krona Bridges and Stairs for editor.dz. So if you want to customize this and add stuff to it, or maybe take stuff away, by all means download that and load it up into editor, and then export your own custom JSON. The reason why it is only for PC is because it does make use of that rope bridge from the Bridges mod. I couldn't find, I know there is a rope bridge on Chernarus somewhere, but I couldn't find the reference to it in the DayZ mod files. When one comes out, obviously I'll change this, or I'll do a custom console version as well that will work with console and PC. But for now, that's where you need that. But you could always take the in fact, if you just use this file, I think what will happen is it will work, but it just won't spawn in the rope bridges on console. Then you've got the Krona Castle Bridges and Stairs.json, that's the custom file, and the readme.txt. And the readme.txt is a step-by-step instructions on how to install the Bridges mod and then install the custom object spawner JSON on your server. And to download everything, you just click on the code button, click on download zip, extract it on your local PC, and then just open up the readme and just go through it line by line and just follow it. And basically all you're doing is you're uploading the custom JSON to your custom folder on your server, making sure CFG gameplay.json is activated, then going into your CFG gameplay.json and adding the address for the file in the object spawner array line, and then turning on the Bridges mod, uploading the Bridges mod, and turning that on your server as well. So hopefully this will be useful for future Queen and King of the Castle events. I've had a lot of fun doing this. It's quite tricky because these rope bridges, for example, you have to line them up. They're made of lots of different little bits of rope bridge, because in the mod, the mod isn't quite complete in the fact that if you use some of the existing like the set lengths of bridges, they've got holes in them and you fall through them. Unfortunately, the mod probably needs updating, and also doing the high wire as well, that was tricky, and then trying to come up with the external staircase and figuring out how to line those up. Hopefully things don't look too out of place and too different from the existing structures, because I always like to make my object spawner array files kind of fit in. They could almost be vanilla. I mean, obviously these stairs aren't vanilla, and this rope bridge doesn't really obey the laws of physics. There should be a bit of a loop in it, shouldn't there? But it was kind of the best I could do in the time I had. But there we go. If you found this useful, hit the like button. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and of course I'll see you again soon.